Good.
Pretty good, excellent. Karen, let me tell you something really important today. Today, you won Jorge Villeda. He was the first person to connect in every class. And today, you were the first one.
Yeah.
Karen,
Yes.
yeah! You were the first one, Karen. You
We
deserve...
try to be first.
Yes, yes, exactly. So you deserve a cola champagne.
Okay. But I prefer two tamalitos.
2 tamalitos, corn tamalitos.
Yes. But tamalitos make it do.
Made by me.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, okay. Let me see it and we can negotiate it. we can
Okay.
negotiate it. Okay. Good. Welcome, Douglas. Okay. So how are you doing? How was your day at work, Karen?
It was a busy day, but I tried to be a how do you say mantener, pero no de.
Again? How do you say?
No, I try to keep my stability. No, no. How do you say estabilidad mental?
Mental?
Mental stability.
Yes, that's the way you say it. Yes, emotional,
yes, I try.
Emotional
yes,
intelligence. It's hard, huh?
Yes, I know.
It is.
It is complicated when your group to the work is only men.
Ay, ay, ay. It's difficult, huh?
Yes.
Especially because
I am the only woman in the group.
Oh no. Ay, ay, ay. I'm sure it is pretty difficult for you.
It's funny, but in a few moments, it's difficult to understand the mentality of men.
Well, let me tell you that I'm sure men have their own opinion about it as well.
Yes.
Men have their own opinion about it as well. But yes, it's difficult.
Yes. And how was your day?
Hot, Karen. Hot. Extremely hot. Busy.
Really? Oh, I remember. Do you live in Santa Ana, right?
Yes, I do. I do live in Santa Ana, so it's kind of hot. And like 20 minutes ago, we had an earthquake. Did you feel it?
Can I ask you, where do you live at Santa Ana?
Do you know Santa Ana?
Yes, I am from Chalchuapa.
Okay, so you know it. So I live in Santa Ana Norte.
Ah, okay, okay.
For Simmerton.
You only know Simmertown.
No.
Huh?
He doesn't know Santa Ana.
Let me tell you that Simmertown, it's kilometers away from my house.
Yes.
It's very far from it. But do you know Simmertown?
Yes.
It's a cool place.
It's a good place.
Mm-hmm.
There.
It's a good place.
Yeah, and cheap.
And it's cheap and nice. And the food is delicious.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the food is delicious there. Also, there's a Simmer, and there's another one that is similar to Simmerdown, because Simmerdown is downtown.
Mm.
But the other one that is, I think that it's better than Simmerdown is it's close to Metrocentro. Very close to Metrocentro.
Mm.
You should go there, Jorge. The owners are the same.
Mm.
They are. I think that they are
Maybe
related.
someday, but now I can't.
Yes, you
Because
are on a
someone died.
diet. I know. I know. I know, yeah. Not now.
No, no,
Not now, but someday in the future.
someday. Yes, I hope so.
Someday in the future, you will enjoy it. Okay, good. So it's been hot. And did you feel the earthquake? There was an earthquake like 20 minutes ago. Did you feel it?
Really? No.
Yeah.
I
Or
didn't feel it.
today?
Yes, like 20 minutes ago.
Really?
Yes, I felt it here in Santa Ana.
Thanks
Wow.
God I didn't feel.
It was a shake. It was just like a shake. And I know when there's an earthquake because the roof of my house cracks like,
Oh,
and I know that it's shaking. So I told my mom that, Mom, did you feel it? And she said, yes, I felt it. And since I am in front of my computer, I'm here and I feel everything. So yeah.
wow.
We will have to watch the news and see the intensity.
Okay, let me check.
Maybe they have it, the MARN, the Twitter.
Yes, I'm sure. It's faster. Check there.
It is. Did you find something? No?
Not really. It's very fine. No. No.
No? Oh, maybe it was just me. I was the only one who felt it. But I felt it.
Yes.
I was the only one. I promise that I'm not on
Maybe that's
drugs.
oracles, you feel like that.
I'm not on drugs. I promise. I promise it.
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
Not now.
Not now. Yes, I promise. My mother is here. So I don't know what happened. Oh my gosh. Probably later we will know something. If you know something, let me know. Send a message and say, yeah, teacher, you were right. It could be a possibility. Okay. Let's see who's going to be here, but just listening. It is this one. Let's see. Wait, let's see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start our class today, and we're going to start with a short discussion about an issue that is affecting people nowadays. We're talking about a pandemic. And I would like to know, what do you think it's a positive thing about the pandemic? Is there anything positive about it, about being like in lockdown? Is there anything positive about it? What do you think? can we mention something positive from all this situation that we have been living since last year? Is there anything positive to mention?
Maybe we can rest many times
That's
after
one.
all the work on that year.
Yes, Giovanni. That's one thing we can mention. We can spend time resting. Yes, that's one. Something else. Any other idea? Something positive that you think that we have at the end of the day, like, well, at least.
Maybe enhance family life.
Exactly. That's another one. Family time.
Yes.
Now you can spend time with your family, time that you didn't have in the past because you had to move from your house to your job. And now you work from home and you spend time with your family.
Yes.
That's another thing. Good. Something else that we can mention.
Less use of paper.
Now we are
In digital era, so
yes.
everything is digital.
Now we finally see the benefits of video call, video conferencing, using technology to communicate with others. Now we understand the importance of it, huh?
Yeah.
Anything else that you can mention? Something positive?
We generate less contamination with the smoke of the cars and all of this.
Totally agree with you. One of my students in the morning was telling me, teacher, I could finally see some deers near my house. And I said, really? Yes. I told him, did you see Bambi near your house? Yes, teacher, I saw a Bambi. And I said, that's pretty cool. So, and he told me, I saw some cotusas as well.
Oh.
And I was like in shock, like, that's pretty cool that you see all of that. Why didn't we see it before? Why not?
Because of the noise, the people, I don't know, the traffic, you know.
Pollution, noise.
But in Los Chorros Highway is the same traffic, pandemic or not.
Yeah, it's the same thing over there. But I think that at the beginning of the pandemic, when people stopped working, I think that it was a little bit less, huh?
Yes.
Not as heavier as it usually is, but at least it just had some less traffic over there. That's the way I see it. It could be, since the buses were not working, public transportation was not working for some months. So I think that it was a huge difference. But I want to share with you this video, and I want you to pay attention, and I want you to think in some questions about this video. These are the questions that I want you to think about. Let me show them to you. So we're going to watch a video, which is the sky's clearing. That's the name of the video. So this are the questions we're going to discuss. Number 1, Jorge, read it.
Which Jorge? Which one?
Number 1.
No, but me? Jorge
Yes,
Villeda.
yes, read
Oh,
it, please.
What is the video about?
Thank you very much. Question number 2, Karen.
The video shows that behind this both time and negative, there are, sorry, there are some positive aspects. Mention some of them.
Thank you. And the last one, the last question that we're going to analyze, Douglas Rivera, please. Okay, Douglas is not here. Gio Escobar. Okay, Angel.
Yes, okay.
Okay, how can we give to the planet a fresh start after coronavirus pandemic?
Yes, thank you. How can we give it a fresh start after coronavirus pandemic? So let's watch the video.
Down. Yes, there is fear. Yes, there is isolation. Yes, there is panic buying. Yes, there is sickness. Yes, there is even death. But they say that in Wuhan, after so many years of noise, you can hear the birds again. They say that after just a few weeks of quiet, the sky is no longer thick with fumes, but blue and grey and clear. They say that in the streets of Assisi, people are singing to each other across the empty squares, keeping their windows open so that those who are alone may hear the sounds of family around them. They say that a hotel in the west of Ireland is offering free meals and delivery to the housebound. Today, a young woman I know is busy spreading flyers with her number through the neighborhood so that the elders may have someone to call on. Today, churches, synagogues, mosques and temples are preparing to welcome and shelter the homeless, the sick, the weary. All over the world, people are slowing down and reflecting. All over the world, people are looking at their neighbors in a new way. All over the world, people are waking up to a new reality, to how big we really are, to how little control we really have, to what really matters, to love. So we pray and we remember that yes, there is fear, but there does not have to be hate. Yes, there is isolation, but there does not have to be loneliness. Yes, there is panic buying, but there does not have to be meanness. Yes, there is sickness, but there does not have to be disease of the soul. Yes, there is even death, but there can always be a rebirth of love. Wake to the choices you make as to how to live now. Today, breathe. Listen. Behind the factory noises of your panic, the birds are singing again. The sky is clearing. Spring is coming. And we are always encompassed by love. Open the windows of your soul. And though you may not be able to touch across the empty square, sing.
Okay. First question, what is the video about?
As about the most important things is the love and all the things apart if the coronavirus and all the sickness, but the love is strongest.
Yes, okay. Love, it's about the importance of love. That's right. What else?
The video is about the positive and negative aspects of the pandemic.
Mhm. What are some positive aspects that you could see in the video?
Improvement of the family life.
Mhm. Yes.
People are closer than ever.
Yes. You spend more time with your family. What about the negative side of the pandemic?
The negative is the sickness, the all the death, the murder.
The suffering, huh? All the suffering
Sorry.
and pain. That's right. Okay, second question was, the video shows that behind this tough time and negativity, there are some positive aspects. You have mentioned some of them, like love is one of them. What about understanding other people?
The pollution.
What happened with the pollution? What happened with the pollution? Is that something negative or something positive?
For me, it's positive.
It's positive, huh? Something positive because what can we appreciate, or what kind of things can we appreciate today that we didn't have the chance to appreciate in the past?
The sound of beer and the blue sky.
Yes, the sound of birds. The sound of birds. The singing of the birds, huh? That's right. What else?
Travel with restriction, teacher.
That's something negative.
With that restriction, yeah.
Yes, traveling with lots of restrictions is something that affects people nowadays. The last question is, how can we give to the planet a fresh start after coronavirus pandemic? How can we give to the planet a fresh start after coronavirus pandemic? How can we give it a new start, a fresh start? How can you do that? Think about it.
The air is not polluted as before.
Yes. Recycling, huh?
Think green.
Think green, huh? That's right. Think green. That's something positive that we should start doing. Think green. What else can we do? Karen, William, David, what do you think? What can we do? We're
The
talking
online
about
classes.
yes, yeah, not going to school anymore, huh? Online classes. Okay, so those are things that we can do to contribute, for example, to our planet, to take care of our planet. which is not something that we can start working right now. And that's the point here. We should start working on it and seeing the importance of it from now on. That's it. Okay, now let me see. Carlos Alberto, what do you remember from yesterday's class?
We talk about simple present, daily activities.
Okay, thank you, Carlos. What about Mr. Poca? What do you remember from yesterday's class?
About simple present tense and third person when we use do and does.
Okay, very good. Something else that you remember, Mr. Leiva?
Yeah, it is saying present tense. You use the does and do. Yeah, only.
Basically, that's all, huh? Okay. So what are we going to learn today? Today we're going to learn something which is related to the simple present, and they are the adverbs of frequency. Do you know the adverbs of frequency?
Yes.
Okay. What are some examples of adverbs of frequency?
Always.
Always. Good.
Never.
Never.
Every day.
Every
Suddenly.
day. Suddenly.
Hardly never.
Ever.
Hardly ever. That's right.
Often something.
Exactly.
Something.
So here we are, objectives, and I will ask William to help me read in today's objective.
By the end of the lesson, participate will develop competencies that will allow them to ask and tell about the scheduled activities in the regular day in the workplace.
Okay, thank you, William. So at the end, you will develop competencies that will allow you to learn or to express scheduled activities in a workplace. That's what we will do today. Okay, before we start, we're gonna play a little bit, and this is guess the classmate. Guess the classmate. I'm going to show you the drawing, and you have to tell me who the classmate is. That's why I ask you a drawing, people. Not all of you send it to me. Not all of you send it to me, just some of you sent it. So I want you to tell me who the classmate is. Let's start. So guess the classmate. Okay, here is the first one. Who is it?
Sosa.
Sosa. Absolutely Sosa.
Paulino.
William Notarem.
It's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
David Leiva.
It's Mr. Leiva. Pay attention to the details, people. Look the details. The shoes, the pants. Look at the shirt.
He worked in Herman.
So who is it?
Who is boss or supervisor, excepting Angel y Sosa and Jorge Villeda?
Okay, so Karen, who is it?
I don't know. I don't know who is.
Just give me one name. One name.
Oh, maybe
Paulino.
Paulino.
Paulino. You think that is Paulino? Is Paulino here?
Hair.
Because of the hair. It's difficult because I don't see your faces here. I want you to turn on the cameras. Turn on the cameras, people. I want to see you. Okay. So David Leiva, who is it? Who's this? Who's the person in this drawing?
I think that this drawing reflect Paulino.
Paulino. You think that is
Yeah.
Paulino?
For your hair.
For the hair.
Yeah. The uniform show that Paulino is a supervisor, right?
Okay. Okay. Paulino is not here, but let me tell you that is not Paulino.
Okay.
So it is not Paulino. It's not Paulino.
Give me a clue.
Okay.
It's Uncle Molina.
Okay. If it is not Paulino, who do you think it is?
Angel.
Angel, is that you?
No.
No, it's not Angel.
No.
At the beginning, you tell me someone. You told me someone at the beginning.
I
William.
think William.
No, not William.
It's George.
No.
Who is
George.
it?
Yes,
Who is it?
George.
George Villeda.
Someone
No.
said that is Mr.
Who
Sosa.
is Poca Sangre?
Okay.
No, it's not Poca.
No, it's not Mr. Poca Sangre. Mr. Sosa, is that you?
Yes.
No, it's no Sosa.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yes.
Mr. Sosa.
No.
Yes.
Yes, it's Mr. Sosa.
It's beautiful body.
Okay, that's Mr. Sosa.
Nice picture.
Next. Now look at this one. Who's this one?
Villeda.
Villeda, are you?
Villeda.
Yeah.
Is
Say
the
hello,
elephant?
please.
Is the
No.
elephant in this shirt? With a beard.
It looks like, no, it is not a beer. It's not a Corona. It's not a Pilsener. It's not a Suprema. It's not a beer.
Huh?
Beer. You mean beer like Corona, Suprema, Pilsener? Or you mean bird?
Bird.
Birds.
Bird. Okay. So no, it's a bird. It's like a kind of bird. So who is it?
I don't know.
Names, people. Use names.
Carlos Valiente.
Angel.
Angel.
That's not me.
Angel is similar to
I need
the
to
body.
see. I need to see your faces. You're not turning on your cameras. That's not fair. Just say
Villeda.
Leiva.
Sí.
No, it's
No, Villeda.
Yeah, Villeda. For the face.
no.
No, it's not Mr.
Yeah.
Villeda. No. It's not Villeda.
David Leiva.
Douglas Rivera.
Fall my camera. Sorry.
Okay. So who is
Douglas. It's you.
Is that you, Douglas?
No.
No, it is not Douglas. There are
Jorge.
many. Jorge.
Jorge. Yours, yes.
Jorge, is that you? No, it's not Jorge. Who else?
The other
No.
Jorge Alberto.
Jorge Fuentes.
Jorge
Yandía.
Fuente.
No.
De la
René?
Yandía.
No, it is not René.
No, it is similar to the face.
Gio Escobar.
Gio Escobar, is that you?
Yes.
Yes, that is Gio Escobar. Hi, Gio. This is the first time I see you, Gio. The other times I didn't have the pleasure to see you.
Forgive a glue.
Thank you, Gio. Thanks a lot. That was Gio, people. Next.
The doctor.
No,
Karen.
she is no,
Es
Andy.
poca. Es poca sangre.
I know, you are terrible.
She's the doctor.
No, she is Andy.
Dula
Andy
Rivera.
Guardado.
Andy.
Are you?
Andy.
Andy.
Andy Guardado is.
No,
Jorge Fuentes, sí.
No.
David Sosa.
David Sosa.
Okay, you
For
went
you the
totally.
dress.
Okay, it's not David Sosa. It's not
David
Mr.
Sosa in
Fuentes.
front day.
It's similar. It's similar for her dress.
For the dress.
Similar for the hand.
Yes.
Maybe at night.
Let me tell you that you were right, people. The first person that you mentioned is the doctor.
What?
She's the
The
doctor.
doctor.
Yes,
That's right.
it's beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
Oh,
See?
beautiful doctor.
Yes, she's the doctor. That's right. Next drawing.
Villeda.
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 Who is this?
George Villeda.
Mr. Villeda, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Yes, that's Mr. Villeda. Good job, Mr. Villeda. They easily identified you.
Yes.
You portrayed yourself pretty well. The next one.
Angel.
Angel.
Ángel.
Angel.
No, I am not.
Dula Rivera.
Celayandía.
Héctor Áviles.
Leiva.
It's
Who's
Douglas.
this? Who's this?
Giovanni Alvarado.
It's Douglas.
Saúl is you.
Valientes you.
No,
Héctor Avilés.
William.
that's not
William.
me.
Héctor Avilés.
I am.
Who's this?
Poca
people?
sangre.
Douglas Chuek Rivera.
Yes.
Yes.
Douglas.
Yes.
Douglas.
Yes.
Douglas, what?
Correct.
Really?
Really?
Douglas, can you
It's
turn on your
affirmative.
camera?
Okay.
Come on, boy.
Mr. Rivera?
Ahora tienen pena.
Yeah, it's Mr. Rivera. Look at that. Good job, Mr. Rivera.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
People.
What? Leiva.
No. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
such
Who's
Angel.
no, nothing.
Who's this?
Celayandía.
You think so?
William
No.
Natarén. Jorge
People,
Fuentes.
it is Mr. Celayandía. Very good. Very good. That's Rene Celayandía.
Like a comic.
Swahili.
Leiva.
Leiva.
Look at that. Mister, you can draw pretty well.
It's a comic.
Very nice jeans.
You hear that you have seen him in person. Is he like that? You tell us. Is he like that? I think that the face, because I can just see your face, it's identical, Mr. Leiva.
Yeah.
Yes, very cool, huh? That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Next.
Mr. Valiente.
Mr. Valiente. You think that is Mr. Brave? Okay, Mr. Brave.
Poca
Okay.
sangre.
Okay.
Héctor Avilés.
Okay.
Tatarén.
Mhm. Let's see, Mr. Brave, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Yes, that's Mr. Valiente. Good job.
Charlie.
Charlie, can you turn on your camera so we can see you?
Okay.
To see the drawing and see the person so we can compare.
Need to compare.
I forgot to draw the lenses.
Ah, yes. That's why you are
The
taking them.
glasses.
You're taking them off. Oh, Mr. Brave, that's pretty cool. Good job, Mr. Brave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, look at these people.
Wow.
No.
Sosa.
Héctor Avilés.
Poca sangre.
Poca sangre.
Who's this?
William Natarén.
Paulino.
Is William?
No.
Who is it? Who is it?
Héctor Avilés.
Mm.
No, it's not me.
It's difficult.
It's difficult because it's not a Picasso, but who do you think it is?
It's the difficult.
Yes, that's why I ask you, please don't draw
It's
stick
like
on.
an example of the teacher.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told you not to do. But this, but I think that
Ronnie Alvarado.
it can help us that he has a beard. Yes, that didn't help us. It's not like Nayib Bukele. Is that Nayib Bukele?
Jorge Fuentes, you?
George.
Hey, what's up, man?
No,
George, no, it's not Mr. Fuentes.
I don't. Jorge Villeda.
No.
William Natarén.
Carlos Pocasangre.
Is Mr. Pocasangre, is that you?
Yes, I am.
Yes, he's Mr. Pocasangre. Mr. Pocasangre, could you please turn on your camera so we can see you? Yes, look at that. Yes, you can see. Yes.
Igualito.
Yes, it's identical. Identical, exactly. Thank you, Mr. Poca.
Uy.
Paulino.
For the
Chucky.
funny fingers is
Spider-Man.
No, it is not a Spider-Man.
Chucky.
The
Jorge
Exorcist.
Fuentes, are you?
William. Is you?
No.
It's not William.
George.
It's not
Yeah,
George.
George. Me too.
No, it's not George. It's not George. Who?
Hector.
Hector. Is that you?
Yes.
Yes, it's Hector. He's the best dad in the world.
For the hair.
Yes, you recognize it because of the hair. Let me just go over here because I have someone else. That's why I asked you be early in the morning for it. But yes, let me see because it's just loading the drawings because I have some drawings here. Let me see if they load. They do not load, people. I don't know what's wrong.
Oui.
Don't know what the problem is, but it's still loading. the drawings that you sent me? Huh. It's not loading. Sorry, it's not loading. The pictures are not loading. Yes, they are loading on my cell phone, but not on the computer. And I need a computer. Something is wrong with my internet. And oh, yes, I have one here. They loaded already. Here is the one that I want to put here. Yes. Let me just go over this pretty fast. Okay. And let me see if the other is ready. Oh, yes, it's ready. This is cute. Okay. Give me 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here they are. Okay. Who's this?
Karen.
Oh, Karen.
Andy.
Why do you say
Andy.
Karen?
Andy Guardado.
Is that Andy?
Yes.
Andy, turn on your camera, Andy. We want to see you. We want to compare it. Yeah, look at that. It's Andy. Hi, Andy. That's you. Thank you, Andy. Next person. Who is it?
Jorge Fuentes.
Jorge Fuentes. Mr. Fuentes, are you here?
Yes, teacher, yes.
Is that you, Mr.
I am not.
Fuentes?
No.
No, it's not Mr. Fuentes.
Giovanni Alvarado.
Giovanni Alvarado. Giovanni Alvarado, is that you?
No, teacher, no.
No,
It's not me.
it's not Giovanni.
William?
William. William, is that you?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, look at that. William, let me compare it, please. We're going to take
Maybe 20 years ago.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, look at that. Huh?
This is beautiful.
Oh, yes.
So cute, so cute.
Cute. Cute. Look that.
The similar for the body.
It's quite similar, huh? Okay, people. Thank you very much for participating in this activity and for sending me your Picassos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so and we're going to continue with adverbs of frequency. Yes, since we are checking that, let me just move to this and we're going to watch this presentation about it. Okay, let me know if you okay, there is a question. How often do you go to the cinema? How often do you go to the cinema? Whenever they ask you how often you do something, you know that you have to use adverbs of frequency. When we talk about adverbs of frequency, we refer to, for example, sometimes, once a month, never, always, often, rarely. Those are adverbs of frequency. How often do you do something? How often do you visit your mother-in-law, for example? How often do you go to the ATM? Those are some questions. We have what we call in English adverbs of indefinite frequency. And we say that adverbs of indefinite frequency. I'm sorry. Oh, what happened? Okay. Some close my presentation. Wait. Yes, I know. Okay. Just let me go over this because is not behaving today. Zoom has been bad with me. Let me go over this and check this and just close my presentation. Thank you, Zoom. Zoom is crazy, people. No. No. Okay. I'm sorry for the inconveniences, people. I'm having some issues with Zoom right now. Okay. Zoom just closed my presentation. Sorry. It's just taking like forever. Okay, sorry. So here we are, the adverbs of frequency that we're going to use. And we have them from 100% up to 0, which is never. I would like someone to read this, please, from 100 to 50%. From 100 to 50%. Volunteer? Just one.
The sentence
Always.
Yes,
always.
Go ahead.
The example. Okay. He always gives flowers to Mary.
Continue, up to 50%.
Up to 50. 85, I usually take 2 buses per day. 75, frequently, she frequently goes to the park. 60, often, we often miss the English class. 50, sometimes, they sometimes play soccer until the night. 40, occasionally. I occasionally travel by work. 30, rarely. You rarely mix your friendships with business. 20, seldom. He seldom lent some time. 10, hardly ever. We hardly ever play video game. And 0, I never got out without money.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have them from 100% up to 0%. Always is all the time. So I always have lunch. I always have lunch. That's 100%. But if you sometimes miss your lunch, you say, I sometimes miss my lunch. That's the way you do it. But if you, for example, never do something, you say, oh, I never cheat on exams. I never cheat on exams. What is the position of the frequency adverb in the sentence? It is
Before the adverbs. The adverbs.
It's before the verbs. Very
Before
good.
the verb. Okay, perfect.
Exactly. So the frequency adjective is before the verb when we are talking about the simple present. But when we are talking about the verb to be, it's different. We say she is always busy. Is first, and after is, you have the frequency adverb. But when you are using the simple present with other verbs, it's before the verb. Okay, so here we have other examples. Mr. Valiente, can you help me reading?
Let me a minute, teacher.
Okay, don't worry, I can ask someone else.
Adverbs. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Zelayandia, can you help me?
Okay.
Okay.
Adverbs of definitive frequency. Adverb of definitive frequency, like all adverbs of definitive time, typically go in end position. Look at these examples. Most companies pay taxes yearly. The manager checks the toilets every hour. The directors meet weekly to review progress. Sometimes, usually the reason of emphasis or style, some adverbs of definitive frequency may go at the front. For example, every day, more than 5,000 people die on our roads. Example, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, every second, once a minute, twice years.
Thanks a lot. So these are adverbs of definite frequency. They give you a specific time, a definite time. Typically go at the end of the sentence. The previous ones go after the verb, but these ones go at the end of the sentence. You say yearly, every hour, monthly, and sometimes for emphasis, they go at the beginning for giving emphasis, but usually they go at the end of the sentence. I can say the manager checks the toilets every hour, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Those are examples of adverbs, definite adverbs in a sentence. Once, twice, 3 times. So we say it, oh, 2 times a day. No, twice a day, I go to the restroom. That's the way you say it. Okay. We get, for example, your salary. We get our salary monthly. We get our salary monthly. We have to pay taxes yearly. That's the way you use them. Is there any question about this?
No, no
Okay.
questions.
I'm going to send you the presentation, people. So you have it and you check it as well. And then we have the place in a sentence. This is what we have to pay attention to. And I don't know if it is possible for you to read it, Hector.
Adverbs of frequency are put directly before the main verb. If be is the main verb and there is no auxiliary verb, adverbs of frequency are put behind be. Is there an auxiliary verb? However, adverbs of frequency are put before be.
Thank you very much. So here we have the place they have in a sentence. I often, and I want you to read the examples. Can you do it, Andy? Can you read the examples, please?
Okay. Place in sentences.
The examples, Andy.
Only examples.
Yes, because the other part, someone read it.
Okay. He doesn't always play tennis. We are usually here in the summer. I have never been abroad. Creo que me faltó.
No. The first one, yes.
I often go swimming in the evenings.
In the evenings. Thank you very much. So check this, people. It depends. If you are using the simple present, goes before the main verb. If you are using an auxiliary, the frequency adverbs go between the auxiliary and the main verb. If you are using the verb to be, the adverb of frequency goes after the verb to be. So check that. If you're using an auxiliary, frequency adverb, and main verb. That's the order. So this question is for you, Mr. Sosa. How often do you play tennis?
I never play tennis.
That's right. So check this sentence. And this is an example of a sentence. Can we order this sentence, Mr. Rivera?
No. The sentences.
How often do you play tennis?
I never played tennis.
Okay, very good. You can say, I never play tennis, I often play tennis, or I sometimes play tennis. How many times do you play tennis? There's a difference when you ask how often or how many times. If someone asks you how often, you have to say sometimes and never. But if they ask you how many times, they are asking you for a definite time. Definite time. So you say, I play tennis once, twice, 3 times a day, a week, or a year. That's the difference between how often and how many times. Can you see the difference? If I ask you, how often do you walk the dog? What's your answer?
3 times a week.
Oh, in that case, you say sometimes. I always. I always. You have to, when I ask you how often, you have to say always, never, sometimes, often. But if I ask you, how many times do you walk the dog? What's the answer?
45 minutes.
I walk the dog for 3 times a week.
3 times a week. Very good.
5 minutes a day.
Oh, 5 minutes every day. Yes, you can use a definite article adverb as well. You can say, I walk the dog once a day, twice a day, twice a week, 3 times a week. But if you do it every day, you say, oh, I walk the dog every day. How many times? Every day. That's the way you say it. This is another question. Doc, can you read it?
Okay. Twice a day, once a week, 3 times a month. How often do you brush your teeth? I brush my teeth twice a day.
And then we have twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day. You can also use these frequency expressions. Twice a day. And you say a week or a year. How often do you change your driver's license? Or how often you have to renew your driver's license?
Every 5 years.
Every 5 years, that's right. So you do it like that. How often do you pay taxes?
Every years.
Every year.
Every days.
Once,
Every years.
exactly. So it is every year is once a year.
One a year.
Once a year. It's the first expression. Once a year. How often do you celebrate Mother's Day?
Once a year.
Once a year. Very good. Once a year. So how often do you vote for president?
Every 5 years.
Every 5 years. That's right.
Mira, le vas a quebrar las patas a la silla.
Oh, be careful with the chair.
Hay que comprar una nueva.
You have to buy a new
Sorry.
one. Don't worry. Okay. Daily, monthly, yearly. How often do you brush your teeth? I go to bed a daily because you do it every day. How often do you celebrate Christmas?
Once a year.
Once a year, or
Once a
I can
year.
say yearly.
Yearly.
Or
Yearly.
I do it yearly, monthly, daily. Those are the expressions. Daily, monthly, yearly.
Year.
How often do you drink coffee? How often do you drink coffee?
Daily.
Daily, that's right.
No.
If you don't do it, you say, I never drink coffee. Yeah, I never do it. And that's the Christmas. That's right. So that was about adverbs of frequency. So we're going to practice a little bit with the adverbs of frequency. Let me just share it. No way. It didn't save the changes. Oh, that was so cool. Okay. Okay, we're going to practice with adverbs of frequency. Just let me get it over here. Before that, we're going to okay, I'm sending you this practice first. Let me just go here and move this to here. There we go. I'm sorry, but my computer is having an attitude today. Okay, here we are. I'm showing you some sentences and I want your help. Here are the sentences. Okay. Sentence number 1. Angel.
Okay. He listened to the radio.
To the radio.
Radio.
The frequency adverb is often. Give me the sentence using the frequency adverb, Angel.
I often usually listen to the radio.
Okay, very good. He often listens to the radio. Very good. The second sentence, please, Gerson. I don't know if Gerson can do it. Can you do it, Gerson?
Hello, teacher.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. They read a books sometimes.
Okay.
I sometimes read a books.
Aha. I sometimes, or in this case, they sometimes read a book. Very good. Jorge Villeda, the next.
It never gets angry.
Thank you, Mr. Villeda. Mr. Sosa?
Tom is very friendly, usually.
Okay.
Usually very friendly.
Again, Tom?
Tom is very friendly, usually.
Oh.
Tom usually is
very friendly.
Okay.
Tom is usually very friendly.
Exactly, because remember that when we are using the verb to be?
Yes.
Exactly, with the verb to be, the frequency adverb goes after the verb to be. So I say, Tom is usually
very friendly.
Very friendly, thank you. Karen, the next one.
I take sometimes sugar in my coffee.
Interesting. What's the position when we are using verbs, not the verb to be, but normal verbs, like in the simple present?
I sometimes take sugar.
I sometimes take sugar in my coffee. That's right. Very good. The next one, please, Mr. Leiva.
Okay. Ramon and Frank often are hungry.
Okay, Ramon and Frank. What kind of verb are we using in this sentence, Mr. Leiva?
Sorry?
What is the verb in this sentence?
Verb to be are.
Yeah, are. When we use the verb to be, the frequency adverb goes after the verb. So what is the correct form?
After the verb is Ramon and Fran are often hungry.
Exactly, Mr. Leiva. Very good. William, next.
My grandmother always goes for a walk in the evening.
Thank you, Gio Escobar. Next.
Walter helps his father in the kitchen, usually. Walter usually helps his father in the kitchen.
Thank you, Mr. Escobar. Mr. Valiente.
Okay. They never watch TV in the afternoon.
Thank you. Douglas.
Christine never smoke.
Never smokes. That's right. Christine never smokes. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to send you some practice and you can practice, people. You can practice online right now. I'm going to send you a link so you can practice. Here you have it in the chat box. Please practice. Could you access the link?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you.
Teacher, I have issues with the connection for the link because say I have virus in my cell phone.
Sorry. It says that you have a virus.
Yes, teacher, I have a virus.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Mr. Leiva shared the link in the WhatsApp group as well.
I try again.
Okay. Okay, Karen, good. Thank you, Rene. Thanks, Mr. Escobar. Thanks, George. Villeda, thanks, Mr. Poca. Thanks, Diego.
Teacher, ahí voy a probar después porque
Okay,
creo que voy a
try
reiniciar
later.
el teléfono.
Okay, do it again, no problem. The link is in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Mr. Alvarado. Thank you, Mr. Aviles. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Gerson. Okay, Mr. Leiva. Thanks. Okay, Andy, thanks a lot. Okay, good. If you have the chance to check the book, please do it. Over there, they give you like a general idea of how adverbs of frequency work. There is a conversation over there. Thanks, Mr. Sosa, Angel, William, Paulino, and Doc. Thanks a lot. Over there, if you can see here, there is a conversation in which they use some frequency adverbs. What are the frequency adverbs you see they are using in this conversation?
Often, seldom, and never.
Exactly.
Often, seldom, never.
That's right. Those are the ones they are using. Often, seldom, and never. Check something interesting about frequency adverbs. When you use them with the third person singular, you always keep the S for, and you say, she always cleans the room. You never eliminate the S. She always cleans the room. He sometimes drives to the office. So you keep the S, so you have it in mind and don't forget it. There's a brief explanation here of some of them to explain or to talk about how a schedule works, how schedules work. So that's part of the book. Check the book, practice with the book as well. If you have the chance, it will help you. It will help you, people. So right now, please, if you hear your name and say hello, please. If you hear your name. Let me just go there. Course. My internet is pretty slow today. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Giovanni Alexander.
Hi, teacher.
Hector Avilés.
Here, teacher.
Giovanni Escobar.
Hi, teacher.
Jorge Fuentes.
Present, teacher. Hi.
Gerson Garcia.
Hello, teacher.
Andy Guardado.
Here.
Karen Hidalgo.
Hello.
Emerson. David Leiva.
Hello.
Angel.
Hello.
William.
Hello.
Doc.
Hello.
Paulino.
Present.
Saúl.
Present.
Carlos Pocasangre.
Hello, teacher.
Douglas.
Hello.
David Sosa.
Hello, hello.
Carlos Valiente.
Hello.
Beatrice is not here. Jorge Villeda.
Hello, hello.
And Mr. Celayan Dia. Hello, Rene, are you there or you just disconnected?
Yes, yeah, here.
Yes, you're there. Okay, thank you very much. So people, I don't know if you have any question about frequency adverbs. Is there any question?
No, no.
No questions? Okay, I'll share the presentation with you. So if you have any doubt, you just can check it there. Or tomorrow we will review a little bit more about it. Remember that tomorrow we have our exam.
What?
Yes, so we will have 1 hour to work on our exam. The first 30 minutes we're going to review before the exam. The topics are there in the WhatsApp group. You can check them again. And if there isn't any question right now about
No.
any topic?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. So
Not for the moment.
not right now. And tomorrow you will have some questions.
Right now. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow you will
Yes.
have some questions.
Tomorrow an exam.
During the exam, teacher, can you tell me how? I will have amnesia there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow, the same time, and let's get ready for the exam.
Okay,
Okay,
thanks, teacher.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
Hey,
bye-bye.
good night.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.